This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute professional medical advice. Please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare specialist before starting any new vitamins or supplements mentioned in this video. Use of this information is at your own risk. Right now, your body is committing a horrifying act. It is cannibalizing your own leg muscles to survive, turning your sturdy thighs into hollow, fragile twigs. You cannot feel it happening, but the collapse is inevitable. Stop this silent biological destruction immediately with one creamy antidote before your next step becomes your last. Right now, your body is committing a horrifying act. It is cannibalizing your own muscles to survive, turning what were once sturdy pillars into hollow, fragile structures. You cannot feel it happening. There is no pain, no warning sign, just a silent biological decay that leaves your legs brittle like dry glass, waiting for that one misstep that ends your independence forever. It sounds terrifying, but the collapse is inevitable. Unless, of course, you stop this silent destruction immediately with a simple creamy antidote that is likely sitting in your fridge right now. Ignored. Welcome to ElderFit Nutrition. It is a pleasure to have you with us today as we uncover the truths about aging strong. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and protect your health, please consider subscribing to our channel to support us in bringing you more vital information. I need to tell you something that sounds almost too simple to be true. There is a food that can transform your body in ways that seem almost impossible, particularly if you are over 60. We are not talking about changes over months or years. We are talking about measurable shifts within days. Your gut bacteria changes, your muscles begin to respond differently, your bones start rebuilding. I am not talking about subtle effects. I'm talking about dramatic, scientifically documented changes. And the secret lies not in some expensive supplement, but in 1 cup of Greek yogurt per day. But here's the critical question: why Greek yogurt? What makes it so fundamentally different from regular yogurt or any other dairy product? The answer lies in one word: concentration. Greek yogurt is made by straining regular yogurt to remove the liquid whey. This simple process is a game changer. It concentrates everything that matters. The protein content triples, the probiotic bacteria become dense populations, the calcium is packed in tightly. You are getting a nutritional powerhouse in every spoonful. This becomes a matter of life and death for your muscles after age 60 because your body changes. It develops something called anabolic resistance. When you were young, eating a little protein would trigger a strong muscle-building response. But as you age, your body ignores those weak signals. You need a much louder, stronger signal to force your aging muscles to repair themselves. This is where Greek yogurt's unique dual-phase protein delivery system becomes your ultimate biological weapon. It is not just about the 20 grams of protein per cup, it is about the type. Greek yogurt contains about 20% whey protein and 80% casein protein. When you eat it, the whey is absorbed rapidly, spiking amino acids in your blood within 30 minutes. This acts as an immediate trigger, shocking your muscles into building mode. But then something remarkable happens. The casein protein forms a gel in your stomach, releasing amino acids slowly, drop by drop, over the next 6 to 8 hours. It is like having a continuous IV drip of muscle-building nutrients flowing into your system long after you have put down your spoon. No other food provides this perfect combination of an immediate trigger and sustained nourishment. It is the only way to overcome anabolic resistance and ensure your muscles are constantly being repaired, even while you sleep. Before we move on, I want you to pause and reflect on this for a moment. Given what you now know about muscle loss and anabolic resistance, which approach do you think is more critical for maintaining your strength after 60? A. Eating small amounts of protein throughout the day to keep a baseline level. B. Eating a concentrated, high-protein food like Greek yogurt to trigger a strong muscle-building response. Please leave your answer, A or B, in the comments below. Look down at your legs for a moment. These are the pillars that have carried you through decades of life, bearing the weight of every step, every climb, and every stand. But beneath the skin, a silent erosion is taking place that threatens to bring these pillars down. As we age, the quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs, are often the first to succumb to atrophy. These muscles are the guardians of your knees. When they weaken, your knees lose their stability and the risk of a catastrophic fall skyrockets. This is where Greek yogurt transcends being merely food and becomes a structural intervention for your anatomy. While we have established how protein delivery works, the specific magic for your aging legs lies in an amino acid called leucine. Think of your muscle cells as a factory that has shut down for the night. The workers are there, the materials are there, but the lights are off. Leucine is the master switch that flips the breaker and turns the lights back on. It activates a pathway in your body known as mTOR, which signals your muscles to stop wasting away and start rebuilding. Greek yogurt is exceptionally rich in this specific compound, providing the critical threshold needed to override the dormancy of aging muscles. This means that even if you are not lifting heavy weights in a gym, the simple act of consuming this nutrient-dense food helps preserve the muscle mass you currently have, keeping your thighs strong enough to lift you out of a chair without a struggle. But strong muscles are useless if they are pulling on brittle bones. The skeletal reality for those over 60 is stark, particularly for women after menopause. We often think of our bones as lifeless sticks of chalk, dry, white, and brittle. But healthy bone is actually living, dynamic tissue that requires a complex matrix to survive. Many people make the mistake of popping calcium supplements and thinking their job is done. However, calcium alone is like pouring cement without a frame. It has nowhere to settle and no structure to hold it together. To build concrete that can withstand pressure, you need steel rebar reinforcement. In your body, that rebar is protein. Your bones are built on a scaffold of collagen protein. Minerals then deposit onto this scaffold to harden it. If you do not consume enough high-quality protein, your body cannot maintain this scaffold, and the calcium you eat simply passes through you, or worse, deposits where it shouldn't. Greek yogurt provides the perfect power trio for skeletal integrity: high-quality protein to build the matrix, calcium to harden it, and phosphorus to maximize bone mineralization. This synergistic combination creates a biological environment where bone density is not just maintained, but actively supported. For someone navigating their 60s and 70s, this is the difference between a minor stumble and a life-altering hip fracture. When you fortify your body with this specific combination of nutrients, you are essentially weatherproofing your skeleton against the storm of aging. You are ensuring that the hip bone, which bears the brunt of your body's weight, remains dense and resilient rather than porous and fragile. It allows you to walk with confidence, knowing that the internal structure of your legs is solid, reinforced by the very food you consume every morning. Now, let us delve into a layer of your health that is often invisible, yet governs almost everything you feel: your gut. There is a crazy truth that rheumatologists and orthopedic surgeons rarely discuss. The pain in your knees might actually be starting in your stomach. It sounds disconnected, but the biological link is profound. As we age, the ecosystem within our digestive tract shifts. The beneficial bacteria that once thrived begin to decline, allowing harmful pathogens to take root. This imbalance does more than just cause indigestion, it weakens the very lining of your intestines. When your gut lining becomes compromised, a condition often called leaky gut, microscopic toxins and bacteria escape from your digestive system and enter your bloodstream. Your body perceives these invaders as a threat and launches a systemic counterattack, creating chronic, low-grade inflammation that circulates throughout your entire body. And where does this inflammation often settle? It attacks your weakest points: your joints, your cartilage, and specifically your knees and hips. That stiffness you feel in the morning may be the result of a battle happening in your gut. This is where the probiotics in Greek yogurt act as a specialized defense force. Within just 24 to 48 hours of consuming Greek yogurt with live active cultures, these beneficial bacteria, Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium, begin to recolonize your gut. They act like a sealant, patching up the microscopic holes in your intestinal wall and fortifying the barrier against toxins. By stopping the leak, you cut off the source of the inflammation. Many people find that as their gut heals, their joints feel less stiff and their movement becomes more fluid. But the protection extends far beyond your joints. Your gut is also the headquarters of your immune system. In your later years, your immune response naturally weakens, a process known as immunosenescence. A small scrape on your leg or a minor infection can escalate into a serious complication much faster than it would have in your 30s. The probiotics in Greek yogurt stimulate your body's natural defenses, specifically boosting the activity of natural killer cells. These are your body's elite snipers, tasked with identifying and destroying virus-infected cells and even potential cancer cells before they can spread. By integrating this simple food into your routine, you are doing far more than enjoying a snack. You are rebuilding your internal shield. You are dampening the inflammatory fires that degrade your joints and sharpening the immune weaponry that protects your limbs from infection. It is a dual-layer defense system that starts in the gut but protects your freedom of movement and your overall resilience. There is a brutal mathematical reality that governs the health of your legs, and it comes down to simple physics. For every singe pound of excess body weight you carry, your knees must endure 4 pounds of pressure with every step you take. If you are carrying 10 extra pounds, that is not just 10 pounds. It is 40 pounds of grinding force hammering down on your cartilage every time you walk to the kitchen. This is why metabolic control is not just about looking good, it is about physically saving your joints from destruction. Greek yogurt addresses a dangerous condition prevalent in older adults known as sarcopenic obesity, where the body loses muscle in the limbs while simultaneously gaining visceral fat around the midsection. This creates a top-heavy, unstable body supported by weakening legs, a recipe for disaster. Greek yogurt acts as a powerful metabolic corrective tool. Its high protein density creates a profound sense of satiety that carbohydrate-heavy foods simply cannot match. When you start your day with this nutrient-dense food, you are not just eating breakfast. You are activating a hormonal response that signals your brain that you are full. Research shows this leads to an automatic reduction in calorie intake throughout the rest of the day, often by hundreds of calories. You lose the dangerous visceral fat without the misery of starvation, effectively lightening the load your knees have to carry, while the protein simultaneously reinforces the muscle, reversing that top-heavy instability. Furthermore, we must talk about stability from a chemical perspective. Many falls in the elderly are not caused by tripping, but by dizziness resulting from unstable blood sugar. When you eat a traditional breakfast of toast or cereal, your blood sugar spikes and then crashes, leaving you lightheaded and weak. The combination of low carbohydrates and high protein in Greek yogurt acts as a buffer. It slows the digestion of everything you eat, releasing glucose into your bloodstream at a steady, manageable trickle rather than a flood. This protects your pancreas and prevents the dangerous insulin spikes that lead to type 2 diabetes. But more immediately, it ensures your energy remains constant. You remain clear-headed and steady on your feet, avoiding the metabolic crashes that can lead to a loss of balance. Combined with its ability to lower blood pressure and reduce vascular inflammation, Greek yogurt ensures that the blood vessels feeding your legs remain clear and efficient, delivering oxygen to the muscles that keep you upright. I am not presenting this strategy as a casual dietary suggestion for you to consider when it is convenient. I am presenting this as a non-negotiable protocol for anyone who wishes to keep standing on their own 2 feet. To truly activate these protective benefits for your legs, you must follow the rules strictly because the details matter. First, the dosage is critical. 1 cup is a start, but for an aging body fighting anabolic resistance, 1 to 2 cups per day is the therapeutic dose required to force a change. Second, you must choose plain Greek yogurt with live, active cultures. This is absolute. The flavored varieties sitting next to it on the shelf are often loaded with 15 to 20 grams of added sugar. That sugar feeds the harmful bacteria we are trying to eliminate and triggers the very inflammation that eats away at your knee cartilage. Do not let a spoonful of sugar undo the biological work of the protein. To turn this simple bowl into a comprehensive super fuel for your knees, you should combine your plain yogurt with specific additions. Add a handful of fresh berries. The vitamin C in berries is not just an antioxidant. It is the essential cofactor your body requires to synthesize collagen, the rubbery material that cushions your joints and prevents bone-on-bone friction. Furthermore, add a few walnuts or almonds. These nuts provide healthy fats, which are necessary for your body to actually absorb the vitamin D and calcium from the yogurt. Without these fats, much of that bone-building mineral simply passes through your system unabsorbed. This must become your new daily ritual. Whether you consume it at breakfast to fuel your morning movement, or an hour before bed to allow the slow-release casein to repair your thigh muscles while you sleep, consistency is everything. Do not view this as a diet change. View it as an investment in your personal liberty. Every spoonful is a direct deposit into a savings account that pays out in the ability to climb stairs, to walk through a park without fear, and to live life on your own terms. Do not wait for the first fall to serve as your wake-up call. Start today and let your body begin the miraculous work of rebuilding your foundation from the inside out. Ultimately, the story of your health is written in the small, quiet moments of your day. It is written in the choices you make when you stand in front of your refrigerator. We often convince ourselves that aging is a process of subtraction, that as the years go by, we must inevitably subtract activities, subtract strength, and subtract the freedom to move as we please. We accept stiffness and fragility as the price of admission for a long life. But the science we have explored today tells a radically different story. It tells us that your body is not a machine that is destined to rust. It is a living ecosystem that is constantly waiting for the right materials to repair itself. The difference between a person who spends their 70s confined to a chair and a person who spends them walking through a garden often comes down to the microscopic architecture of their legs. It is about whether the muscles have been fed or starved. It is about whether the bones have been fortified or neglected. When you commit to eating Greek yogurt every day, you are not just consuming a dairy product. You are sending a distinct chemical message to your physiology. You are telling your muscles to hold their ground. You are commanding your bones to stay dense. You are instructing your immune system to remain vigilant. Think about what your mobility truly means to you. It is not just about the mechanics of walking. It is about the dignity of autonomy. It is the ability to lock your own front door, to shop for your own groceries, and to stand at a stove to cook a meal for someone you love. These are the freedoms that define who we are. By ignoring the nutritional needs of your aging body, you are gambling with these freedoms. But by taking action, by simply adding this nutrient-dense food to your routine, you are taking out an insurance policy on your independence. The insane changes we discussed are real, but they only happen if you take the first step. Your body has an incredible capacity for resilience, but it cannot do the work alone. It needs you to provide the tools. Greek yogurt is one of the sharpest, most effective tools in existence. Use it. The most profound takeaway here is the concept of biological investment. We often think of health as something we lose, but it is actually something we must actively build every day. The decline of muscle and bone, sarcopenia, and osteoporosis is not an inevitable slide. It is often a result of undernourishment. Your body is always listening to what you feed it. If you feed it weakness, it becomes weak. If you feed it strength through high-quality protein and minerals, it fights to stay strong. Stop treating food as merely fuel for hunger. Start treating it as medication for longevity. Shift your mindset. When you eat Greek yogurt, visualize it repairing your thigh muscles and coating your knee joints. This mental connection reinforces the habit. Preparation. Buy a large tub of plain Greek yogurt at the start of the week. If it is in your house, you will eat it. If you have to go to the store to get it, you will skip it. The +1 rule: never eat it alone. Always add one helper food, berries for inflammation or nuts for healthy fats, to maximize the absorption of nutrients. We would love to hear from you and learn from your experience. Please answer this simple question in the comments below so we can all share ideas. If you already eat yogurt, what is your favorite healthy topping to add to it? If you don't, what is the one thing stopping you from trying it? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for investing your time with us today at ElderFit Nutrition. If you found value in this video and want to learn more about protecting your body and aging with strength, please click that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support gives us the motivation to keep researching and creating these videos for you. Here is to your strength, your balance, and your freedom. We will see you in the next video.